Oh, yeah. Good morning. Good morning. So 2 blocks for today's practice. Moan, 2 blocks. And we are going to start in child's pose. But before we move into child's pose, we will be working through a strong practice today. So I invite you to drop the knees where you need to, or where you, at any point that you need. I invite you for chaturanga to skip any of those vinyasas where we're coming down onto the chest, coming up into upward dog. And I also invite you to be creative in your practice. If you'd like to kick up, if you would like to take a bind, also that's available to you. Yeah. Don't be scared. So we'll come down into child pose. So you can actually just bring the knees together, big toes to touch. Just reach those hands out in front. You can start to rest the head, the third eye on the mat, and then just soften the elbows down. Allow the belly to soften onto the thighs, the buttocks to drop down towards the heels. Just allowing yourself to arrive here. The body rests, the breath flows. And just take note of the quality of the breath, the shortness or the length of the breath. You can start to connect to the feeling of the breath. Feel the belly press against the thighs, the back of the body, the shoulders lift. Maybe even just connecting to the sound of the breath as it flows in and out through the nose. And then you can start to walk the fingers out away from you. So lifting the elbows up off the floor, but keep the head rested. So as you press through the fingers, just dropping the armpits down towards the earth, and then there's a pull back towards the knees. So you can think cat back. So there's this round in the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, you can take that gaze forward and palm the mat. And then you'll continue to draw the armpits back towards the thighs, but lifting. So there's this arc, the neck. There's a lift in the belly. And then you can again rest the head on the mat and then tent the fingers, lifting the palms. Finding a little more length from fingertips to shoulders and to hips. And then as you begin to lift the head again, you can palm the mat. You can press into the mat, draw the chest forward, a lift of navel center. And then exhale, drop the head back to the floor, tent the fingers, reach forward, lengthen. And then lifting the head, palm the mat. On an inhale, you begin to lift that chin and draw forward into a tabletop. And you can tuck the toes, and then we're going to press the hips back towards the heels. You can start to hover the knees above the earth. Hips stay down. And then you'll drop those knees once again, move back to a table. On an inhale, we'll lift the chest, draw the shoulders back up through the spine. And then exhale, round and press down, navel in towards the chest, in towards the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen, chin up, and exhale, round, press down. You can start to move through your cat-cow, maybe taking a little roll in the hips, the shoulders, maybe the neck. It's rounding and arcing, opening and receiving. Maybe drawing forwards over the wrists and back towards the heels. And if you took one direction, let's do the other. And then you'll come back to a tabletop. You'll reach those hands forward. Keep the hips stacked over the knees and just dropping the chest, the chin. Allow the shoulder blades to draw towards one another. If this is too much, you can rest the third eye on the mat. Allow the heart to drop down a little closer. And then you can start to press up into the hands, lift the elbows, walk those hands back. We're going to sit on top of the heels, so untuck the toes. And we'll take that right knee up. Stretch the top of that right foot. Use the support of the left hand as much as you need. And then we'll drop that right knee down, lift the left knee up. And then drop it down. You can bring both hands back behind you, maybe lift both knees up. And then drop both knees, keep the hands pressing down into the mat, lift those hips, roll the shoulders back. Maybe open through the throat, squeeze the glutes together. And then dropping the buttocks back towards the heels, tucking the chin in. And we'll do that for 3 more, lifting hips, opening the front of the body, dropping hips down towards the heels. 2. And last one, dropping hips down and then lifting those hips up, opening. And then dropping hips down, walk those hands back out in front. You can tuck the toes and we can start to come up into downward facing dog. Start to press out through the heels, lengthening the legs. Lengthen the spine as you draw the chest back towards the thighs. Spread the butt cheeks wide. Soften the elbows a little and roll the shoulders away from the neck. And then you can start to still in downward facing dog. So just check in with your alignment, feet hip width apart. There's a soft bend in the knees. The hips are high. The thighs are active. The breath is fluid. Spread the fingers a little wider. Press into the index finger, the thumb, the knuckles. There's a soft bend in the elbows. An external rotation of the shoulders, the triceps back towards the heels. You can begin to cultivate an ujjayi breath by locking the back of the throat, bring the breath in, create that sound of the ocean. And breath out through the nose. 2 more like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, pressing back. Breathe out. You can start to walk the hands back towards the feet, back of the mat to ragdoll. You can bend the knees as much as you need. Take the hands to the elbows and just sway a little side to side. You can shift that weight forward. And then you can start to pause, maybe straighten the legs a little. And then again, spread the butt cheeks a little wider. And then you can bring the hands down to the earth, walk the hands back out to a downward facing dog. Pressing hips back, you'll take the right leg high, sweep it up, extend through that heel, so flex the foot here, toes towards the shin. Press back into that left heel, maybe drop it a little, shorten the stance. Keep that right hip squared, keep pressing back through that heel. And on your exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, keep that flex of the foot, and then step it forward between the hands. Drop that left knee down towards the earth, sweep the arms up, inhale. And then bring the hands down to the earth. Use the blocks if you need. You'll shift those hips back, toes up towards the nose. Next, inhale, draw forward into that Low lunge, sweeping the hands up. And then exhale, bring the hands down, flex the foot, draw the hips back. Inhale, draw forward. And then exhale, draw back. On your next inhale, draw forward, press into that right foot, frame the foot with the hands, and then take that right foot back. Keep it hovering above the left. Good, you can tuck that left toe on top, right foot on top of the left heel. And then from here, we're going to roll to the blade of that left foot, press through that left hand, drop the knee if you need, right arm reaches up, side plank variation. Lift that right hip up, sweep that hand towards the front of the room. And then you'll take that right hand down underneath the shoulder, turn back to a plank pose, and then lower, slow, all the way to the floor. Drop the knee if you need. Inhale, cobra pose. Press back, downward facing dog. Active thighs, Ujjayi breath. Left leg goes high, flex the foot, toes stay in towards the shin. And drop that right heel a little. Walk the hands back a little bit more. Chest a little closer to thigh. Keep extending through that heel, straight leg. Align the hips. Pressing back a little bit more and then lifting up, inhale. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round. Keep that foot flexed, step it forward, top of the mat. Drop that back knee down. Morning, Natalie. And then reach those arms up to the sky. Bring those hands down to the floor. Use the blocks if you need. Draw those hips back. Keep that left foot flexed. Next, inhale, draw forward. Receiving the length of the breath. And exhaling, bringing those hands down and folding. Drawing forward, inhale. Reach out, find length. And then exhale, draw back. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Next, inhale, we shift forward into that left foot. Frame the foot with the hands, left foot steps back. Keep it lifted just to hover above that right heel. Active legs, squeeze in the thighs, and then you can take that left toe on top of the right heel. You can roll over to the blade of that right foot. Left arm reaches up. Drop the knee if you need. Reach that left hip up. Reach that hand forward. So John, if you need, drop that right knee to the floor. And then bring that left hand down to the floor. Lift the foot and then lower all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra pose. Press back, downward facing dog, exhale. You start to walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Top of the mat. Good, you can take the hands to the shins, lengthen the spine here, draw the shoulders back. Look up towards me. So we're drawing those shoulders back, engaging navel center, and then spreading the glutes. Good, stay here for a couple of breaths. Maybe tuck the chin in a little. As you lengthen from hips to crown of the head. And then next exhale, you'll fold in, wrap the hands around the calf muscles. And then release the legs, bend the knees, sweep the hands up, inhale, standing tall, finding that length. And then exhale, palms of the hands to heart space. We'll move through 5 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Move with your breaths. If you need to take a longer, deeper breath or an extra breath in one of these movements, you can. Yeah. On an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale, lower, exhale, dropping the knees if you need. Urdhva Mukha or cobra, inhale, lift the hips maybe. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths in and out. In through the nose, Ujjayi, back out through the nose. Look forward, bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, wrap the hands around the calf muscles. Stand tall, inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, palms of the hands, heart space. 4 more rounds. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rise halfway with intention, lifting heart. Exhale, planting hands, step or float, plank pose, and then lower through your vinyasa. Ashtangasana, dropping the knees, or chaturanga. Move to downward facing dog on the exhale, and then take 2 complete cycles of breath. In, out. Your next inhale, look forward, bend those knees. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, inhale. Exhale, palms meet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plank pose. Lower, slow. Elbows stay in. Chest lift, shoulders draw back. And then hips draw back, downward facing. Inhaling. Exhaling. Then the knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Stand tall, inhale. Exhale, palms of the hands, heart space. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, bend the knees, inhale. Step forward, exhale. Halfway lift, in, out, fold. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale. Last round, in and out. Be guided by your breath, in, out, flow. Bend knees, inhale, look forward, exhale, step or float. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Stand tall, in, and breathe out, hands to heart space. Moving forward, Utkatasana, sweep the hands along the floor. We'll stay here for 5 as we sit back into the heels, lift the toes, and spread the butt cheeks. Squeeze pelvic floor, navel center in. Drop the shoulders a little, look a little further forward, and then sit just a little bit deeper. And then next exhale, you'll fold over the legs, chin towards the shin. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. If you would like Bakasana, bring the hands to the floor, knees to the triceps, or step or float back through your vinyasa. When you're ready, if you're in Bakasana, maybe you jump it back. Nice, John. Step back, plank, perfect. Nice, Tom. You meet in downward facing dog. This is really, really nice. Well done. Great work. And then we'll come back to downward facing. Take that right leg high, lift that heel up, flex the foot, keep the hip in line. Drop that left heel just a little. And then on your next exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, step it forward, warrior 1. Ground through the blade of that left foot, sweep the arms up, and then soften into that right knee. Take another inhale, lift the chest, lengthen, and then exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Take that right foot back to hover above that left heel, flex the foot, and then lower through your vinyasa. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg goes high, sweep it up. Keep the foot flexed, the hip in line. Press down through that right heel. Lift up a little higher. And then exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round. Step it forward. Warrior one, rise up. Exhale, soften into front knee, ground through the blade of the foot. Inhale, lift, gaze up. And then exhale, palms of the hands to the mat. Left foot steps back, keep it hovering, flex the foot, and then lower. Inhale, cobra or Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, downward facing. Bend to the knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, inhale. And then exhale, stand tall, hands to heart space. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. We'll come back to Utkatasana, inhale. And then exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Bakasana or Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Good. Move through it, flow with the breath. Step or float it back, nice. Eduardo, lift the chest, elbows stay in. Good, Nasya. Right leg goes high, inhale, move with the breath. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward, top of the mat, warrior one. Same as what we did before. And then exhale, bring those hands down, frame the foot, step back, keep the foot to hover, and then lower. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, cobra. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, downward facing. Left foot goes high, inhale, keep foot flexed. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward. Warrior one, rise up to the top of that breath. And then bring the hands down, flow. Step back, lower, rise, downward facing. Bend to the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, inhale. Stand tall, exhale. Last round, inhale, Surya B. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Bakasana or Vinyasa. Or meet us in downward facing dog. Shift that weight forward. Nice, Marissa. One foot at a time. Step, float. Nice, Amber. Nice, Melina. Right leg goes high, inhale, three-legged dog, keep foot flexed. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward, top of the mat. Reach those arms up, bring the palms to meet. You can interlace the thumbs, index finger, the fingers, index finger and thumb are released. Draw that left hip forward, soften a little bit deeper into that right knee. Lift the chest, take that gaze up, inhale. And then bring the palms of the hands down through heart space, exhale. We'll twist over to the right, hook that left elbow. Keep the heel down, or if you're new to the practice, lift the heel up, lift the belly up off the thigh. Bring the thumbs a little closer to the center of the heart, and then that gaze a little further back. 2, 1, sweep the arms up, warrior one. And then exhale, bring the palms of the hands to the floor. Right foot steps back, lower, drop the knee if you need, flow. Inhale, press back, exhale. Left leg goes high, sweep it up, extend through that heel. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward, top of the mat. Press through the blade of that right foot, bring those arms up. And then interlace the fingers, release the index finger, the thumb. Soften in a little bit deeper. Lift the chest, draw the ribs down. Gaze up. And then bring the palms of the hands through heart space. We'll twist to the left with that right elbow. Keep pressing through the blade of the foot or lift the heel. Bring the chest up off that thigh. And look back a little further. Hips down a little bit deeper. Your next inhale, draw it back through to warrior one, ground through the heel if it was lifted. And then exhale, hands down to the floor. Left foot steps back, flow or meet us in downward facing dog. Walk the feet a little bit closer to the hands, just a tiny bit closer, shorten to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, keep the hips up high, look forward between the thumbs. You're either going to stay here for the next 5 breaths, or you're going to start to hop the heels up towards the buttocks. Maybe start to stack the hips over the shoulders. Keep the gaze between the thumbs. If you're gazing back towards the feet are not going to come up. 2 and 1. Jumping to the top of the mat. Feet between the hands. Lift, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, inhale. And then exhale, stand tall. Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Bring the hands to the floor. Step that right foot back. We'll keep that knee lifted, that hip drawing towards the earth, and then reach the chest up. From here, we'll plant down through that right hand, left arm reaches up. Open through that left side body. Keep the knee drawing in and then twisting open just a little bit more. Left hand can sweep down towards that heel and then around towards the top of the mat. Press through that right hand, left foot comes back, Vashisthasana. Drop that right knee if you need. Keep that right hand stacked underneath the shoulder. Lift that left foot up from the ankle. Good. 2, 1. Left hand down, plank pose, Vinyasa. Inhale, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha, downward facing. Right leg goes high, sweep it up. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward. Cartwheel the hands up, warrior 2. Soften into front knee, spread the fingers, relax the shoulders. Press through the blade of that left foot. So you want to imagine the arc of that left foot lifting up. Sit down a little bit deeper. And then reach that right palm up to the sky, reverse your warrior. Right elbow to the right knee or hand slides down to the block or the floor. Left arm reaches up, side angle pose. Use that right tricep to press the knee away. Drop the hips down a little bit, Eduardo. And then reach that left hand forward to the top of the mat. Keep the left shoulder open. On your next inhale, reverse the warrior. Right palm comes up, open through right side. Good. And then exhale, cartwheel those hands down to the floor. Step that left foot forward, top of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And then we'll take those peace fingers down to the toes so you can make sure the feet are hip width apart. We'll bend the elbows, bend the knees, look forward. And then exhale, folding in. Chin towards the shin, crown of the head towards the floor. And see where you can spread the butt cheeks once again. Drawing chest a little bit closer. And then a release of the toes, bend the knees, Utkatasana, sweep the hands up. And then exhale, stand tall. So Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, lengthen through spine. Exhale, plant the hands, take that left foot back. Keep that knee lifted from the earth, extend through the heel, lift the chest, shoulders back. That glute is engaged. And then we place that left hand to the floor, right hand reaches up. So keep that right knee in, but then open through that right side body. Reaching up, spreading the fingers. And then reaching that hand back towards the back of the heel. Reach it forward. Press through that left hand, Vashisthasana, side plank. Option to drop that left knee. Reach the hand towards me. Maybe lift that right foot up off the left. Perfect. 2. And 1. Right hand to the floor, plank pose, Vinyasa, lower. Cobra pose or Urdhva Mukha. Urdhva Mukha, downward facing. Left leg goes high, sweep it up, extend through that heel. Exhale, draw knee in, round, step it forward. Cartwheel the arms up, warrior 2. And adjust the feet. The blade of that right foot presses down. The arc of the right foot lifts up. Soften shoulders. And palms of the hands down and look forward. Soften the brow, the jaw. Sit a little bit deeper. It's right hips open. Yeah. And then we can flip that left palm up to the sky, reverse the warrior. Exhale, left elbow to the knee or hand to the floor. Or take the block to the inside. Use that elbow to press the knee away. And then reach that right arm forward towards me, keeping shoulder open. 2. And 1. Left hand comes up, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, right foot steps forward, top of the mat, feet are hip width apart. Lift, lengthen the spine, inhale. And then take the palms of the hands underneath the feet. Toes touch the creases of the wrist, bend the knees, bend the elbows, lift the chest up. And then exhale, you can start to fold the chest in. Start to straighten the legs a little. Shift the weight forward. And then you can lift the chest, bend the knees, release the hands, Utkatasana, inhale. And then exhale, stand tall. We are going to add on to that little flow. So Utkatasana, inhale. Exhale, bring the palms of the hands to heart space. We're going to lift that right heel up from the floor. We're going to take that right foot back. Slowly, with control, extend it back onto the ball of the feet. Reach those arms up, crescent lunge. Left hand comes back, right hand comes forward, so back into a twist. Look to that left thumb. Draw the back body back. Draw towards that back heel. And then take that left hand down to the back of the thigh or the sacrum. Right arm lifts up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down. Left foot steps back, Vashisthasana, side plank, drop the knee if you need. Or take that leg up to star, reaching hand towards the foot, pressing into that right foot. And then plank pose, vinyasa or downward facing dog, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, press back. Right leg goes high, inhale, sweep it up, extend through that heel. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, step it forward, warrior 2, cartwheel the arms up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, right palm of the hand up. Exhale, side angle pose. You can take a bind here or reach that left hand forward or left hand back. You're taking the bind and you've got the fingers, draw the hands back towards the middle of the butt cheeks. 2, sit a little bit deeper. And 1, reverse the warrior, release the bind, inhale, rise. Good. Exhale, back to warrior 2. We're starting to straighten that front leg. Heel toe that back foot in. If you've got the block, take the block to the inside. So we reach forward with that right hand to sit on top of the block or just to hover above the shin, left hand reaches up. Again, we're drawing those hips open, heart open. If you would like a little bit more, you can reach that left hand forward to the front of the room. Maybe you hover that hand above the shin or the block. 2, 1, reverse Trikonasana, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, left hand to the inside. Step that left foot forward. We're going to take actually both of those blocks if you have them. And if not, we're going to frame the foot with the hands. So that left heel is down on the mat. And left hip is drawing forward. Let's lift the chest a little, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold chin in towards the shin. If you would like a little bit more here, you're either shifting the hands back towards that left heel or turn the fingertips. You can start to round through the upper back as you draw the chin in towards the chest. 2, and 1. Lifting the chest. Option if you're new to the practice, keep that block to the inside, or the block comes to the outside of that foot. Left hand presses down, right arm reaches up, or you can keep that right hand to the sacrum, peeling that shoulder back. Keep the feet as they were. So revolved Trikonasana. Twisting open just a little bit more. And then as you exhale, you'll take that right hand down to the floor. Left foot steps forward next to the right hip width apart. We'll take that right hand, fingers underneath the blade of the foot, or you can take the ankle. Left arm reaches up. So a counter twist, left hand to the sky. You can bend that right knee a little, straighten that left leg. And then that left hand will sweep down towards the earth. You'll bend into both knees. You can use that left hand to the hip. The drishti is forward, and we're going to start to come up. So you can shift if you need that right hand to the knee. And then we'll take that left hand back. If it's okay for you to keep the hand to the blade of the foot, maybe you start to extend. Breathe. 3, 2. Nice, Dougie. And 1, come back through center. Draw that knee in, squeeze, lengthen the spine. And then drop that left foot to the floor. And you can just stand here in Tadasana, reaching the fingers down towards the earth, the palms forward, the shoulders down away from the ears. Ground through the soles of the feet. Lengthen through the spine as you reach up through the crown of the head. Back to noticing the rhythm of breath. Connecting to the sound of the breath. And just bringing your awareness to the presence and the inner aliveness of the breath. And then we will move back into Utkatasana, sweep the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart space. We're pressing through that right foot, lifting that left heel up. And we start to extend that left foot as slowly, with as much control as possible. Drop the ball of the foot, crescent lunge, reach the arms up. And draw the chest through, and then we'll take that twist back. So right hand back, left hand forward. Look towards the thumb. Otro lado. Good. And then you'll bring that left hand to the back of the thigh or the sacrum. Right hand, sorry, left hand will come up, gaze up. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. We shift onto that left blade of the foot. Right hand reaches up, Vashisthasana. Lift that right foot up off the left. Drop the knee if you need. Bring it up a little higher into star. And then you can come to plank pose and flow through your vinyasa, or meet us in downward facing dog. Left leg goes high, sweep it up, extend through the heel. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, step it forward, warrior two, cartwheel the arms up. Exhale, settle in, adjust the feet. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Option to extend or take the bind. We're here for 3. Maybe that right hand comes behind the back. Keep the shoulder open, the hips low. 2, 1. If you've got the bind, release it, reverse the warrior, inhale. Come back to warrior two, exhale. Start to straighten that front leg. Heel toe that right foot in. Take the block. If you need the block, reach forward, left hand down to sit, to hover above the block. We keep that right hip lifted, right hip open, shoulder open. Option if you'd like a little bit more, hover that hand off the block or reach it forward. Right hand forward. 2, 1. Reverse the Trikonasana, press through that left foot, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down to frame the foot. You take both of the blocks if you've got them, or take the hands to frame the foot. Right foot steps in, that back heel drops. Lift the chest, lengthen here. And then exhale, fold chin in. You can adjust the hands back a little, or maybe even tent into the fingers. And round through the upper back by drawing chin in towards the shin. 2, fold a little bit deeper. And 1. And then inhale, you can start to lift up. You'll adjust that block to the inside if this is new to you in your practice, or to the outside. Left hand to the block, right hand to the block, left arm reaches up, revolved Trikonasana. Shorten your stance a little, Corinne. And then as you exhale, left hand will come down. Right foot will step forward. We'll take the fingers of that left hand to the blade of the right. Bend that left knee. Right arm reaches up. You can straighten that right leg. We'll stay here for a moment. And then we can sweep that right hand down. You can take that hand to the hip. You take that dristi out in front, press through that left foot and reach that right knee up into the chest. You can meet us here. You need, you can take that left hand to the right knee outside. Or if you have it to the foot, you can start to extend it as you reach that right arm back. Draw your knee up a little, Eduardo, up closer into the body. In, yeah. 2, look back, arm back. And 1, draw the knee into the chest, give yourself a squeeze, lengthen the spine, and then drop that right foot down. Just close the eyes, come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Connecting to your center, to your breath, to the foundation, the support that is beneath you. And sweep the hands along the earth, Utkatasana. Bring the palms of the hands, heart space. And draw that right knee up into the chest, take it over top of the left, squeeze inner thighs together. Option to tuck this left foot behind the calf muscle, only if it's available. Stay here, you can sit a little bit deeper. Keep that dristi steady, the focus out in front. And then you can start to unravel the leg. Draw that knee in, heel towards the buttock, start to extend it back. Control, land the foot, crescent lunge, reach the arms up, right hip forward, chest through. And then exhale, left hand back, look back to that left thumb. Follow that hand down to the back of the thigh. Right arm reaches up and then look up. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel that right hand down, left arm reaches up. Shift back to wild thing. This time, left foot down, left hips up. Open the shoulder, the chest. Maybe lift up onto the toes. And then left hand down. We roll to the blade of that left foot, Vashisthasana, drop the knee if you need. Right arm up. Option to come back to star. Maybe take those toes or draw the knee in towards the elbow. 2, 1. Vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. Well done. Right leg goes high, sweep it up, extend through that heel. Exhale, draw knee in towards the nose, round, step it forward, cartwheel the arms up, warrior 2. Exhale, soften in. Reverse the warrior, inhale. Extended side angle, exhale, left hand reaches forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, we'll sweep that right hand towards the corner of the mat, take the block. Step it forward, Ardha Chandrasana. Open the hip, again, flex the foot. Maybe spread the toes, heel in line with the hip. Arm up towards the sky. Maybe you hover that right hand above the earth or the block. Maybe take a bind. And then we'll sweep that left hand down to release the bind if you have it, to the earth, standing split. Draw the chin in towards the shin. Left leg up a little higher. You can start to lift the chest, hands underneath the shoulders. You can stay here, or you can take 5 little hops of that heel towards the buttocks, kick up. 4, 3, 2. Nice. 1. We'll drop both feet to the earth. Between the hands, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, inhale. Palms of the hands, heart space, exhale, sit down low. Lift that left knee up into the chest and then take it over the right leg. Maybe you hook the top of the foot, and it's okay if you can't. Squeeze the inner thighs together, sit the hips down low. See where you can align the knees towards the center of the mat. And focus on that point out in front. 2, 1. From here, you can start to release that left leg, heel up in towards the buttocks. With control, extend, and then land that foot down. Sweep those arms up, crescent lunge. Inhale. Open the arms out, right hand back, exhale. Follow that hand down to the back of the thigh, left hand reaches up, take the gaze up, in. And then out, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Right foot comes back behind you, wild thing. Lift the hips up. Shoulder open, reach towards me. Maybe come up a little higher up onto the toes. And then right hand down, we come over into Vashisthasana onto the right blade of that foot. Left hand up, drop the knee if you need. Lift that left leg maybe to star. Maybe take the toes. 2. Nice, Eduardo. 1. Vinyasa or meet us in downward facing. On where you're at, if you need that extra breath. Left leg goes high, inhale. We're almost there. Exhale, draw knee in, round. Step it forward, top of the mat. And cartwheel those arms up. Warrior 2, yeah. And then reverse the warrior, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow or hand to the floor. Reach that right arm forward. Inhale, reverse. Good. And then exhale, take that left hand down to the floor, to the corner, Ardha Chandrasana. Use the block. Hand stacks underneath the shoulder, heel stacks in line with the hip. Open right hip. Maybe take that gaze up. If you feel steady, maybe take that foot as you bend the knee. Last two. And then one, you'll bring that right hand to the floor. Right leg goes high, standing split. Keep the foot flexed as you draw the chin in towards the shin. Lift that leg up a little higher, folding a little deeper. 2. 1, you can start to lift the chest, hands underneath the shoulders. And you can either choose to stay here, maybe you plant the hands on the blocks, or you start to take a couple little hops. Yes, nice, Eduardo. So good. Nice, Corinne. And then we'll come to the top of the mat, feet between the hands. And bend those knees, sweep those hands forward, lower the hips as low as you can towards the heels. Good. Drop the heels if you can. And then we're going to take these 5 little pulses. So lift the buttocks up and then lower it down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower buttocks back towards the heels, reaching forward, rounding, and then lower the buttocks. Use the hands if you need. Good. Knees up into the elbows. Flex the feet. Think Bakasana. Bring the arms to the inside. Flexed feet, pressing through hands. Lift them up a little bit more. I know it's awkward. Draw navel center in. And then we can bring the palms together. Extend through those heels. And then we'll draw the heels in together and reach for those toes. You can flex and then point. And lower to halfway. Tuck the chin, keep the shoulders lifted, and we'll come up for 10. 9, maybe straighten the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lower, and then relax. You can move those hips a little side to side. Release the breath out through the mouth. You can reach those arms up overhead, point through the toes. Take a long, deep breath in through the nose. And another exhale out through the mouth. You'll draw that right knee into the chest and give yourself a squeeze. And then you'll slide that left knee up and you'll take right ankle on top of the left, flex the foot. Coming into figure of 4 on our back or pigeon pose. Left hand underneath the thigh or on top of the shin. And then as you draw the chest through, drop the shoulders back. You can move a little side to side. And then pause. Draw the knee in a little bit closer. And then you'll release the interlace of the hands. You'll bring those arms up. You keep that right foot flexed on top of the left. We're just going to rock up to a seat. You can, so first option is going to bring that right foot to the inside. Second option, we're going to bring that right heel up into the crease of the hip. So you're going to take first option, yeah? If this is too much, take the first option. Okay, from here, we're going to lengthen the spine and sweep the arms up. And then exhale, we can start to fold forward, maybe taking the blades of the feet, maybe coming underneath the calf muscle. So drawing the chest forward, keeping the spine long. If you have that foot bound, yes, this is really challenging. And if you don't have it, it's most likely very challenging as well. Last breath to fold a little bit deeper. And the next inhale, you can start to come up. If you've got that foot on top of the thigh, I invite you to keep it here and you'll stay where you are in that. If you're in that first option, we're just going to take that left hand to the outside of that knee, the right hand back. So if you have the foot on top, option is going to be to sweep this hand back to take the toe. Yeah. And then you can take that left hand and we can twist back. Nice mark. Keep that left foot flexed and active. And then we can start to return through center. If you've got that right foot on top, you just take it to the inside. We'll move to bend that left knee. Left knee. Keep that right foot as it is. And then we'll bring those hands back. So the option to use the blocks again to support you. Maybe use them underneath the elbows. Bringing your awareness to that left hip flexor. Dropping the knee down. See if you can relax a little. Softening the brow, relaxing the jaw. Last 4 breaths. And at the bottom of that exhalation, you can start to rise up onto the hands. If you're on the elbows, move the blocks just out to the side a little. You'll bring that weight forward and you can either press through the hands. Option 1 is just to turn that right foot back, come into a child's pose, or you can come into a headstand. So maybe you take the hands to the elbows, set yourself up so elbows underneath, interlace the hands, crown of the head to the floor. And you can either choose to stay here, having the hips lifted over the heart, or you can press through the balls of the feet and just lift the hips. Adjust the position on the head if you need. And enjoy child's pose if that's where you're at. With control, nice Lorena, muy bien, respira. For 5, no hurry. Amber, no hurry. Keep knee tucked in, squeeze. Apretar, así. Well done. Good. Muy bien. Well done. And then you can start to come down. We'll meet in that child's pose for a couple breaths. Muy bien. And then from child's pose, we'll start to come back up into a downward facing dog, but taking the blocks with you. And the blocks will come half on We'll be sitting half on the mat, half off the mat. So a little wider than the shoulders. Coming into a variation of downward facing dog. And so an option to play here as we come onto the buttocks, maybe we bend the knees, take the gaze forward, come back to that variation of puppy pose, chest back to the thighs, hips up high. We can maybe hop the legs through or take a cross of the legs to sit to the buttocks. Use the blocks to create a little more space. Nice. Toes, toes. Well done. Nice. You'll come down onto the back. You'll take that left ankle on top of the right thigh. You reach up to take the interlace underneath the thigh or on top of the shin. As you drop the shoulders down, draw the chest through, chin tucks in. You can rock the hips a little side to side. And then draw that knee in just a little bit closer. Bring your awareness back into the breath. Find 3 deep breaths. And then a very gentle release or slow release of the hands from the thigh. We'll bring those hands up. You can extend a little through that right leg just to rock up. And so again, the option would be to keep that left foot on top of the thigh. Option 1, so from the beginning, we'll bring it to the inside. Option 2, draw that heel up a little closer to the hip. Yeah, perfect. We'll reach those arms out, lengthen through spine, extend through that right heel. And then exhale, we'll start to fold forward. Reaching for the blades of the feet, maybe tucking the fingers underneath the calf muscles. You press it down towards the earth. Lengthening, drawing shoulders back. And exhaling as you fold in a little bit deeper. Keep right foot flexed, Marissa. Draw a little closer, Marcia. You got it. Last breath. And then you can start to rise up. If you have the foot to the inside, you'll keep it to the inside. You'll take the right hand to the outer knee, left hand back. Option would be to sweep this left hand back. If you follow the gaze to the shoulder, it's going to be easier to take that left hand, the peace fingers to the toes. Nice. Drop that knee a little, Marcia. Yeah. Twisting back, lifting, lengthening. Breathing in, breathing out. Shoulder back a little bit more in. Breathe out. You can start to return. Turn back to center. You can release this left foot to the inside. We bend that right knee. So the left foot stays bent. We can bring the hands back behind us. Maybe use the blocks again as support, bringing the earth a little closer. Keeping that right knee down. Bring your awareness and the breath into that right hip flexor to create space in the body. Notice the intensity of the sensation. See if you can relax into it with the breath out. You can allow that sensation to shift, to change. Taking 4 cycles of breath here. And then once you finish the cycles of breath, you can start to use the hands, the elbows to press up. You can bring the hands forward. And again, you have permission to just turn that left foot in, wide leg, child's pose. Dropping the chest, the elbows, maybe resting the cheeks, sweeping the hands back. Or if you'd like to come back into trying for your headstand, you can as well. Last 4 breaths. And then you can start to make your way into child's pose if you're in a headstand. If you're in child's pose, you can make your way onto your back, however that looks. Maybe you again take the legs through from downward dog on the blocks, or just roll over onto the back. You can take a happy baby, drawing the knees into the chest. You can rock a little side to side. And then just in your own time, you can release from happy baby, bring the soles of the feet to the earth. You can draw the knees in together or to knock in. You can bring the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. Just take a few moments to set intention for this day, for these days moving ahead. Connect to what it is that you would like to feel and experience. And then when you feel you have some clarity on the intention, you can allow the knees to fall apart and slide the legs out to the length of the mat. You can keep the hands where they are with the elbows, shoulders rested, or you can open the palms out to the side. Shavasana. This time is for you to rest and receive the benefits of your practice. Allow the body just to drift away, muscles relax. Slowly just start to bring yourself back into this room. And receptive to the sound that is around you. To the sound of my voice. Take a moment to scan through the body, just checking in with how you feel. And you can start to make a little movement, wiggling the fingers, the toes, moving the head a little side to side, and reaching the arms up overhead, pointing through the toes. Draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a big squeeze. Rock over to the right side of your mat. And in your own time, you can roll up to find comfort in the seat. You can bring the hands to the heart space. And just take a moment to settle in gratitude for this practice. And returning to the intention that you may have set today. And then bowing in to Namaste.